Introduction. The main goal of this study was to apply basic statistical method to real estate data. We used 50 properties to understood trends in the property price and interior space. The project aims to draw conclusions that could apply to the wider market using solid evidence. Sampling method. To select the sample, we used a random number table based on my student ID number. This method helped make sure there was no bias. We collected 50 unique properties from a population of 500 listing for the analysis.
Thank you, Jagmeet. Hi, myself Asma Sapagai. Today I'm here to discuss the sample data overview. The data includes the dataset fields, transaction ID, number of stories, property type, year built, the total interior space, and the price. Moving to the next slide, there are different types of variables, which includes number of stories, property type, price, and interior space. The number of stories, which includes discrete ordinal variable, and the other one is categorical, nominal, and variable. The price and interior space includes continuous quantitative variables. And moving to the next slide, we have frequency and distributions. The updated distributions of property types, which includes 42.9% and then 22.4% of townhouse, 34.7% of apartment, which grades for the number of stories and the property type. There are kind of key observations, which includes the two properties and the detached key properties. Thank you.
Hello everybody, I'm Paul Uche Alphonsus. I will continue with the presentation from slide 7. So my presentation centered on the histogram. Yeah, from the histogram, we plotted it against the price and the frequency of the housing unit and the interior space per square meter. That is the approximately symmetric spread of the housing unit. And from the first histogram, you can see the frequency in the y-axis is from 0 to 16, while the price in $1,000 is from $250 to $2,000. And the highest or the peak of the housing unit was gotten from $200 to $500 when the prices was in that range. There's a massive record of the housing units up to 16 and 14 and 11 respectively. So meaning that the lower the price, the higher the housing unit. The second histogram talks about the histogram of the total square meter. The square meters ranges from 500 square meters to 4,500 square meters, while the frequency is from 0 to 8, as shown in the histogram. Slide 8. Slide 8 is about, I will be Hello everybody, my name is Paul Uche Alphonsus. I will continue the presentation from slide 7 that centers on the histogram. As we can all see here, the first histogram is about the price in $1,000, while the frequency ranges from 0 to 16. The price of the housing unit also ranges from $250 to $2,000. We find out that there's much increasement in the housing units when the prices are lower, from 250 to $750,000. At that time, the peak is 16 units when it was $500,000. The second histogram shows the histogram of total interior space. As shown in the histogram, the frequency and the interior space ranges from 500 to 4,500 as displayed in the histogram. The next slide is a descriptive statistic. The descriptive statistic, we try to use some metrics to quantify the housing unit using the mean, the median, the mode, the standard deviation, the variance, the minimum, the maximum, the range, and the interquartile range. In that one, we find out that the mean of the price is $511.44 against the interior space of 2,503.71, while the interquartile range is $274 against the interior space of 1,564. The next slide is the shape of the distribution. The shape of the distribution and the normality check for the interior space will be handled by another presenter. Thank you so much.
Hey everyone, my name is Ankit Kumar and I will discuss the slides further and the shape of distributions. The price distribution was positively skewed with the mean higher than the median. The interior space distribution was approximately symmetric, which means it had a bell shaped. Check for interior space. To check if the interior space data was normal, we looked at the histogram, mean median relationship, and the box plot. The histogram looked symmetric, and the mean and median were close. The box plot showed balanced whiskers, suggesting normally. Confidence interval for price. We calculated a 95% confidence interval for the mean property price. The average price likely falls between about $411,000 and $612,000. This gives a strong estimate for the wider population's property prices. Confidence interval for interior space. For the interior space, the 95% confidence interval ranged from about 2,182 to 2,826 square feet. This helps estimate the average interior space for the full property market with good confidence. We tested if the mean property price was 1,995,000. The t test showed a very large difference, so we rejected the null hypothesis. This means the average price is definitely not 1,995,000 in this sample. In conclusion, property prices had a lot of variation and were skewed, while property sizes were more evenly spread. Confidence intervals gave strong estimates, and hypothesis testing showed clear results about the market values. Thank you.